Hi friends, I'm attorney Christian Alvarez,
I'm attorney Anais Salazar.
and today we want to talk to you a little bit about the DACA program, what are the latest news, as well as the Advance Parole program. So as you may have heard, the Supreme Court a few weeks ago had struck down the termination of the DACA program. They said that it did not comply with the Administrative Procedures Act, and therefore a couple of individuals started filing for DACA for the very first time. USCIS effectively started rejecting these applications, and last week we heard that a federal court ordered USCIS to treat the DACA program as it was when it first started. So this is all very new, very recent information, but it seems that USCIS will now start accepting DACA applications for first-time applicants. And so, Anais, do you want to go ahead and explain a little bit about what are the requirements to apply for DACA for the very first time? And we can also discuss what evidence do we need to submit an application.
Sure. So DACA applications require extensive evidence because there's a total of 7 requirements that an applicant needs to prove. So the first requirement is that the applicant was under 30 years of age as of June 15, 2012. The second requirement is that the applicant came to the United States before reaching his or her 16th birthday. The third requirement is that the applicant has continuously resided here in the United States since June 15 of 2007. The fourth requirement is that the applicant was present in the United States on June 15, 2012 when the program was created. And the fifth requirement is that the applicant had no lawful status on June 15, 2012. That the applicant also is currently enrolled in school or has graduated or obtained a certificate of completion from high school or a GED program, or that the applicant is an honorably discharged veteran of the U.S. Armed Forces or the U.S. Coast Guard. And the last requirement is that the applicant has not been convicted of a felony or a significant misdemeanor or 3 or more misdemeanors in total and does not otherwise pose a threat to national security or public safety of the United States. So as you can see, there are many requirements, but the requirements that require the most evidence is proving that the applicant has continuously resided here in the United States since June 15 of 2007, and that they have been present in the United States on June 15, 2012. I mean, 2007 is a long time. That's why some of the evidence that applicants can gather for their DACA applications can include medical records, including vaccination records, school records like report cards, school transcripts that show that you have been enrolled in school or attending school since 2007 or before that. You can also include employment records as well as records from religious entities if you have participated in a religious ceremony here in the United States, as well as you can, bills or utility bills, even if these bills are under your parents' name, so long as you also include evidence that connects you to that residence, as well as birth certificates of any children that have been born here in the United States.
Yeah, with this evidence, it's a lot of people say, well, 2007 was a very long time ago. I don't think I have every record since 2007. And we understand, right? I personally don't know how much I could pick up from 2007 forward, but that's where a lot of us have to be really creative with thinking, okay, in 2007, where were you? Were you in school? Let's get those school records. Were you in college? Let's get those college records, right? Your transcript will show you were registered each semester. That's very good evidence that you were physically present in the United States. Did you have a cell phone? Is there a way you can log into that account and maybe print out those those monthly statements. Even if it's a prepaid phone, you can log in and get a lot of those records. A lot of individuals have had gym memberships and they pay every month going to the gym. This is really good evidence that you can submit to prove that you were present here every month since June 15, 2007. And I know it sounds like a lot of work, but the benefits of obtaining DACA are so important that we really need to make sure that you grab as much documents as possible. If you've been to the doctor, even if it was just an ER visit, you can go back to these hospitals and request that they give you your records from that visit. Did you get an immunization? Did you get a flu vaccine, a flu shot? Did you get any dental work done?
Or even participating in extracurricular activities. If you were enrolled in a soccer program and you have a certificate, then you can submit that as evidence as well. You have to get creative with the kind of documents that you can provide. I think another important requirement of DACA applications is the fact that you have to submit your criminal history to show that you have not been convicted of a felony or significant misdemeanor or 3 or more misdemeanors. It's very, very, very important and crucial to your application that if you have had any arrests, that you consult with an attorney, because the reality is that when you submit any application to USCIS, or even if you submit a DACA application that asks about your criminal history, you are putting your information out there. And right now, the DACA program has been restored, but we don't know if it's going to be rescinded in the future. And so it is very important that if you do have to submit your criminal history and the program gets rescinded, ICE might have access to this information, which might put you at stake, especially right now with this current administration that is very anti-immigrants and with rhetoric, they have been using that to deport a lot of undocumented people. And so we don't want to scare you, but we want to make you aware of the risks and the importance of having a legal representative guide you through the DACA process.
Yeah, one thing that, and this is a very good point Attorney Salazar makes, and one thing I want to clarify is, the Department of Homeland Security has a lot of branches within it. And one of the offices is USCIS. USCIS is there to give you a benefit, whether it's a green card or deferred action or citizenship. But another agency under the Department of Homeland Security is ICE. And Immigration and Customs Enforcement is usually in charge of, getting people into removal proceedings or getting people, deported out of the country or apprehended. And the Department of Homeland Security has access to these records that you submit, right? Before you decide, I'm just going to, fill out this application on my own because I can speak English and I can read the instructions and I'm just going to go ahead and send all these records. If you have been arrested, this is very serious. You need to make sure that you see an attorney, because submitting any arrest record can really hinder you in the future. You will be giving immigration your address, your email, where you are, your address history since you were, in here, your parents' names. All of this information becomes known to immigration, and simply handing this information over with a serious crime or a serious conviction can come and hurt you and possibly your family in the future. So be careful, make sure that you always speak to an accredited attorney. And if you feel like you cannot hire an attorney, see if you can reach out to nonprofits. A lot of times they offer free attorneys to look at your case and to prepare the application for you. So let's talk a little bit about the DACA program. I'm sorry, not the DACA program. Let's talk about the Advance Parole, which appears to be something else that's available for applicants now based on these decisions, court decisions.
So a lot of people have asked now with the recent decision from the Supreme Court, can I also apply for advance parole? So the answer is yes. Because technically now initial applicants and DACA recipients can now renew their DACA status you can also apply for advance parole that will allow you to travel outside the United States for humanitarian reasons, for educational reasons, or as well as professional. And so it is important that you also consult with an attorney to help you prepare the advance parole application that will go along with the DACA application.
That's correct. If you are planning on traveling the country, you need to make sure that you have this advance parole application approved. You also need to be very careful that once you get the advance parole, that you make sure you coordinate returning to the United States well within the time before it expires, right? You cannot come a day after that, because then you will not be allowed into the country. You also want to make sure that you speak with an attorney about whether advance parole really is something for you. Even if you have deferred action, one thing I want to mention, deferred action can be for individuals who also have been ordered removed in the past, ordered deported in the past. If you meet the requirements, you can still apply for DACA. But if you have a deportation order or a removal order, maybe advance parole is not the best thing for you, because that can because advance parole simply says that you can travel and ask for permission to enter again. It is not guaranteed that an officer will allow you to enter the United States. And there have been cases where individuals that have deportation orders get advance parole, and then when they come back, they get apprehended at the airport or another port of entry. So it's very important that you speak with an attorney before you get your hopes high that this is the best item for you. And also to talk to you about what evidence you need, right? If you are saying that you need to leave under a humanitarian reason, what is the humanitarian reason? Do you have a family emergency? Do you have medical records to substantiate this emergency? Make sure you get that all in place. But other than that, I don't think we have anything else to discuss for today. We want to make sure that our videos are kind of short, to the point. And if you have any questions, feel free to press on the link below, and you can book an appointment now with either Attorney Salazar or myself. We're happy to do appointments via Zoom or Google Meet, or even over the phone, and perhaps talk to you a little bit about your case and evaluate and see if there are any other options for you besides DACA, right? A lot of people believe that if you already have another case pending, you cannot apply for DACA. That's not true. But even if you have DACA and you renew your DACA, you may still want to continue looking to see if there is a better program out there for you that you can apply and get your green card.
Correct. I do want to mention something. So for applicants that have DACA status and they want to renew, they have to make sure that they renew their DACA application, that they submit the renewal of their DACA application at least up to 150 days before their DACA status expires. So if your DACA will expire within the next 6 months, it is important that you submit your renewal as soon as possible. Attorney Alvarez mentioned something that is very important, that DACA is not your only option. You should definitely consult with an attorney to see if there's other immigration relief that is available to you. And I think that is very important that you also consult with an attorney, because if you do want to see if you qualify for something else, you have to take into account that there's other rules that immigration has recently created or changed, like the public charge rule. And when filling out these applications, you need to take those rules into account so that it doesn't affect your eligibility for something else in the future.
Yes, so friends, visit us on, feel free to visit us on alvarezimmigration.com. If you have any questions, you can also call us at 646-453-7722. Anais, you want to let them know where we have our Instagram page as well?
Sure, so you can check out our Instagram. It's Alvarez Immigration. Post our success stories, and we also share a lot of photos of Bella.
Yeah, we share a lot of photos of Bella. She's our paralegal. If you have any questions, feel free to visit us in any of those websites or give us a call, and we're happy to help you and maybe see you in the next video.
Bye.
Bye, guys.